Um, so that kind of leads us up to the end of Act Two, right? Our final episode, episode 6 for this act. And you have you have kind of the Vi, Jinx, and Isha group, and they're taking Xander, and they're going to, I'm just say Viktor's commune, right? I don't know how you want to describe it. Viktor's town. And they're going there because they're expecting or hoping that Viktor is going to be able to cure him of what, I don't know how exactly you fix that, but that is ultimately the hope.
I guess I think what they were trying to do is they're trying to like make him less wolf and more man.
Yes. They want to save his mind, so to speak, right? Not so much obviously his physical appearance, which I don't know how he would rectify at that stage. But yes,
there's no saving that. He's all wolf right there.
Yes, I totally agree. So, but that's what they're doing, and you kind of have Mbessa, right, who is working with Singden, and they're making sure that they're trying to kind of recapture Xander because he plays such a kind of a critical role in his research. Once we're kind of there, right? We have kind of this meeting where Vi kind of notices, like, oh, there's Singed and he's coming out, and we kind of have this nice meeting, and I say meeting because it's not really a meeting, but Caitlyn bumps into Vi after all this time, and I have to admit I did like this sequence, right? Because you kind of see them have this altercation, and I think deep down like they're gonna rekindle the relationship, right? I don't think that came as a surprise to anybody, but I did like how they depicted this kind of plan, right? So Vi is captured by Caitlyn. Vi is brought up to Mbessa, and this whole time you're kind of wondering how everything's gonna transpire. And then you kind of get these nice like little flashbacks where Caitlyn's like kind of showing how she's been distrusting of Mbessa, like doesn't really believe in her, knows that she's pulling some strings for other reasons. And I kind of like how the whole sequence broke out where Vi is able to, I guess, kind of incapacitate her, if even momentarily. It always does bring up the question, why not just kill her? Because she's going to be kind of a critical character that's probably not going to give up very easily. But I think ultimately, does what she needs to. But while that's going on, you just have Jayce. He finds the commune, and he just kind of strolls up, and he, has like the little kid brings Jayce to Viktor, and without saying anything, Viktor just attacks him. And that was so bizarre to me that Jayce just kind of attacked, and there was like no dialogue, there was no discussion, no nothing. It was just kind of there. So, what did you think about that? Like, I know we've bashed on Jayce quite a little bit here. How much did that scene bother you? Where like we're just like he just doesn't seem to even like have any moments where he's even trying to talk through why he's doing the things that he's doing.
It's got a bit of a Terminator vibe to him.
Oh, very much so.
It's like he's been sent back in time to destroy Skynet before it went online. I don't know. Like it's just, I mean, Jayce is such a weird figure because on the one hand, the show is trying to make you think he's doing something, heroic, but they're disguising it. But in the grand scheme of things, he's just irrational, which is a waste of a character because, and I already mentioned it. I already mentioned it earlier how I think they should have handled Jayce's storyline, so I won't reiterate that. But I will say, I mean, I think what Viktor did in manipulating all these people, I think it would have been a lot more impactful if they had Jayce doing all of that instead.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and really, I think this kind of like leads up to our big confrontation at the end where we see kind of like Viktor in this like weakened state. It kind of causes his connection with all of his followers to break. So you kind of see them all collapse, and for of Xander, it kind of seems like it causes him to lose his sanity. Because he pretty much just becomes, I mean, he is like a rage monster, but he becomes an uncontrollable rage monster at this stage. And we kind of see this, kind of big climactic fight where, Xander is kind of going out there and he's just, attacking everybody. He's attacking Abessa's forces. You see him like knock down Jinx. And then you have this... You have this really rough scene, right, where you have Isha who kind of sees this, and Isha wanting to, kind of support Jinx, and she goes in, and she ultimately sacrifices herself to, I don't want to say kill, I guess disable, Xander would be the best way to put it, but she goes out there and does that, and she is dead, right? That is it. That is the end of Isha's character. I think it's always kind of hard. Like, a lot of people tend to shy away from, younger characters getting killed. But they made the focal point of this episode, and really the end of the second season, is to have Isha be killed. So what did you think about the ending of it? And what did you think about Isha's like a character, just to kind of have her end like this?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, as cold as it sounds, I think it was appropriate. Because that death was the impetus to kind of shatter, Jinx's reality and bring her back to, let her know that not everything is permanent. And as much as and I said it earlier, I said Isha is Jinx's anchor into reality, but it's the kind of reality that she's comfortable with. So with Isha's death, you break that. I guess you could call it like a safe reality that Jinx kind of enjoys, and it brings her back into the reality that she needs to be in. And more importantly, because Isha served as a surrogate for Vi, I think by losing Isha, it kind of forces Jinx to confront the fact that she needs to reconnect and make it up with her sister, right?
Yes,
because you start to see that connection when they confront Vander in the, down the tunnels, and they sort of bond when they go to that kibbutz that that Viktor's running, but things don't really kind of come to, or the process, I should say, doesn't actually begin, start for them to, heal the rift until Vi goes to prison, and Jinx tells her, hey, don't let me get in the way of your happiness. You deserve to be happy. Because she comes to realize that, that she does love her sister, and that she, as much as Vi looks out for her and always tries to put her needs in front of her, I don't think that's something that Jinx ever really considers. So when she says that to Vi after she locks her in the cell, it's that moment where she realizes, hey, I am capable of caring for someone else besides myself and putting their needs before my own. I did it with Isha. Maybe I should consider doing it with my older sister.
Yes.
Which honestly I thought was a lot more impactful than when they were in the tunnels and they were having that touchy-feely moment with the Wolfman. Really, I thought that scene in the prison was far more impactful, because it's Jinx finally realizing, being a sister is a two-way street. She needs to give love and care as much as she receives it from her older sister.
Yes.
That's
And